All right, let's dive right into this. Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking the absolute core of a genuinely fascinating subject, the fundamentals of artificial intelligence systems. Look, if AI ever feels like this giant, unapproachable monolith of impossibly complex code, well, you are definitely not alone. But today, we're stripping away all that jargon. We're going to look under the hood at the specific tools and technologies driving this rapid evolution and really explain in detail how these systems actually work. Here is our roadmap for The Explainer today. Section 1, the AI Toolbox. Section 2, machine learning. Section 3, natural language processing. Section 4, robotics. And finally, Section 5, applications and benefits.
Section 1, the AI Toolbox.
So, the absolute biggest misconception about artificial intelligence is thinking of it as just one single magical algorithm. It absolutely isn't. Think of a master carpenter, right? They don't just use a hammer for every single task. They have a highly specific toolkit. AI is exactly the same thing. It's a rich collection of distinct, powerful tools that are uniquely combined to solve really complex problems.
Section 2, machine. Now, what's really interesting here is that this brings us to our very first and honestly perhaps most critical pillar. If we think of an AI system kind of like a functioning organism, machine learning is the foundational brain of the entire operation. It's the invisible engine driving the intelligence. In practice, explaining the details of this means we are feeding massive amounts of training data into algorithms. Why? So the system can recognize patterns, adapt, and make decisions entirely on its own without a human having to explicitly program it for every single possible scenario. Section 3, natural language processing. But an incredibly smart brain trapped in a soundproof box isn't very useful to us, is it? I mean, it needs a way to take in information from the human world and express its findings back out to us. And that brings us to natural language processing, or NLP for short. This acts as the voice and ears of our AI toolbox. This specific technology dives into the messy details of human communication. It analyzes semantics, context, and even emotional sentiment. Also, the machine can interact with us in a way that feels fluid, natural, and immediately useful. So the crucial point here is really understanding the dynamic relationship between these first two tools. Machine learning focuses entirely internally. It's the brain silently crunching numbers and finding hidden patterns. Natural language processing, on the other hand, focuses externally on communication. It translates all that complex internal processing into the everyday language that you and I read and speak. They're completely distinct tools, but they are just so deeply complementary.
Section 4, robotics. Let's move on and see how this builds into our final, highly tangible pillar. We've gone from the internal processing of the brain to the communicative power of the voice, and now we are giving that artificial intelligence a physical body. Robotics is fundamentally about taking those invisible tools and embedding them right into physical hardware. This means using computer vision as eyes and mechanical actuators to carry out physical commands in the three-dimensional world, all based on those underlying machine learning decisions.
Let's just take a quick second to look at the brilliant architecture of a complete AI system. It is a highly deliberate micro to macro journey. We start with step 1, machine learning, the completely abstract processing of data. Then we evolve to step 2, natural language processing, which adds that crucial interface of human communication. And finally, we arrive at step 3, robotics, culminating in a tangible physical manifestation. It's a beautiful step-by-step flow from abstract thought to communication to physical action. Section 5, applications and benefits. Now, as fascinating as the raw mechanics of these tools are, learning about them in a vacuum is really only half the battle. We need to know the actual ROI, the return on investment. Like, why do businesses actually care about these tools? Well, because applying them actively solves real-world problems and yields measurable, tangible benefits for users, entire industries, and society as a whole. Let's rapid-fire some real-world examples to show how we structure this understanding. For machine learning, a key application is predictive maintenance on factory floors. The benefit? Saving literally millions of dollars in unexpected downtime. For natural language processing, it's deploying 24/7 intelligent customer service chatbots, resulting in drastically higher customer satisfaction. And for robotics, we apply it to precision assembly lines, achieving the massive benefit of incredible manufacturing speed and safety. The core takeaway here hits on something absolutely crucial. The true power of AI isn't found in the code itself, but in the bridge between advanced technology and everyday utility. It's just a really inspiring reminder of human ingenuity, showing exactly how we harness complex mechanics to simply make our daily lives and workflows infinitely better.
So we have successfully broken down the triad of the AI toolbox: machine learning acting as the brain, NLP acting as the voice, and robotics acting as the body. Now, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative question to chew on. Which of these three foundational AI tools is going to shape your specific industry first? Take a look around your own workplace today and think about how this toolkit applies directly to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay focused and keep learning.